We're starting on hands and knees, making sure the knees are straight underneath the hips and the hands are straight underneath the shoulders. Maybe placing a little padding under the knees. Start with rounding the back on an out breath, and then on an in breath, arch the back. Move the chest forward. Out breath, rounding the spine. And in breath, arching the spine and moving the chest forward. Tailbone moving down as you round. Tailbone moving up as you're arching. Just warming up the spine, loosening up. Last one. Then finding a neutral position of the spine, draw the belly in, straighten the left leg back, make sure the pelvis is staying flat, lift the left leg up, and on your next out breath, draw the knee towards the chest and round the back. In breath, lift, tighten the glute. Out breath, rounding the spine, lifting the knee toward the chest. And continue. Pressure is on the hands. Pelvis is staying level. You can move your head a bit, rounding here, lifting forward here. Last one. And then change sides, right side. Make sure the pelvis is flat, lifting the leg. And same thing on an out breath, start rounding the back, moving knee to chest. On the in breath, lifting the leg. Out breath and in breath. Make sure the hands are really flat on the floor. Just feel like a nice stretch, easy warm up. All these exercises should feel comfortable. Feeling a really nice contraction in the glutes. Now we're going to make it a little more interesting, lifting the left leg but also the right arm, and move the arm, the elbow, and the knee towards each other. In breath, reaching, out breath, moving, contracting, in breath, reaching, out breath, rounding, elbow to knee. 5 times all together. Ideally breathing in and out through the nose. Hold for a few seconds. Then move the leg out to the side and the arm to the opposite side, so outward. And bring it back and do that one more time, trying to maintain balance here. Use your abdominal muscles, draw the abdomen in. And then let's change sides. Right leg with left arm. You can see the thumb side is lifting up. Move elbow and knee toward each other on the out breath, and then breathing in, lifting. It's okay to wobble a little bit. This is challenging. It's a great exercise, moving just about every muscle in your body here and training your balance. Now again, lift, keeping the leg lifted, moving the right leg out to the right, left arm to the left at a diagonal. Hold it for a few seconds. Bring it back to the center. And then do that one more time, about 5-second hold. Hold it up, draw the belly in, and then go ahead and move into a child pose for just a breath or two. Now placing the forearms on the mat, either with your hands flat or with your hands in a prayer position. Knees are underneath the pelvis. You're going to lift your left knee up, your left leg, 90-degree angle with the knee, pushing that foot up to the ceiling. 10 times total. Lower back doesn't really move, abdomen is staying engaged. And just gaze down towards your hands, so don't look forward because that would strain the neck. And then we're going to keep that leg lifted and do teeny tiny pulses, 10 of those, little tiny pulses, really feeling the glutes, probably on both sides, moving and tightening. And then change sides, right leg straight, then bend the knee, Flex the foot and then lift and lower your thigh up and down, really by concentrating on that gluteal muscle, the buttock muscle on the right side. Stomach is engaged, and really isolate these movements, keeping the pelvis level, breathing calmly in and out through the nose. And then little tiny pulses, 10 of those, where you're going to push the foot up to the ceiling 10 times, up and up and up, 10 altogether. Keep breathing. And then go back in a child pose for another breath or two, just stretching the lower back, relaxing those hip muscles. And then we're going to transition to a side lying position. You can either lean on your forearm with your elbow underneath your shoulder, or you can rest your head on your hand. Place a hand on your top hip and then open the top leg. So feet stay together, you're just lifting and lowering the top leg. This is the clamshell. That top hand is monitoring that the pelvis is not rolling along with the leg. And so the abdomen is strong, and we're breathing calmly in and out through the nose. This is such a great exercise for those hip muscles. 10 repetitions here. And then we're going to lift that top leg, just maybe a foot or so. We're going to open and close. So lifting the knee up, opening the hip, and then lowering the knee down to touch the other knee. So it's still a clamshell exercise, but more of an advanced version. And again, make sure not to roll those hips forward and backward. 10 repetitions here. Then we're going to straighten the top leg, and we're going to be lifting it up and move it a little bit back so we really feel that glute. And now we're going to pull the knee toward the elbow and then lift it up and move it back. Pull it forward on the out breath. On the in breath, lift the leg back. And all the while keeping the abdomen engaged so we don't arch the lower back. It's all hip work here. Your hips should be pretty tired at the end of this series of exercises. Making sure the neck stays relaxed. Use that front hand to support the body to stay balanced. All these exercises are about 10 repetitions. The last one you're going to hold a few seconds and rest it down. Maybe do a little pounding on your buttock to just improve the circulation and get rid of any soreness. Just enjoy that sensation of pounding, and then change to the other side. We're going to do the same series on the other side. You can see that I have a blanket under my hips. That's just to create a little more comfort. So the knees and hips are stacked together, feet are on top of each other, and same activity, lifting the knee, keeping the pelvis still, and then lowering the knee. Feeling those muscles deep inside the buttock. 10 repetitions here. Abdomen is strong, neck is relaxed, breathing in and out through the nose. Almost there. Now lift the top leg, and then again open and then down. Lift the thigh, open that hip, and down. So this is a pretty intense exercise, keeping the pelvis still, drawing the belly in, and keep your breath calm. Really isolating the movement to support strong hip muscles. Take a little break and then go ahead and straighten that top leg. Move it back. On your next out breath, move the knee towards the elbow. Yeah, really great. And then straighten it, lift it up, move it a little bit back. And notice how the knee is going towards the elbow and the toes are pointing forward. The foot is flexed. You should feel some fatigue, some tightness happening, especially in the top leg, but really also in the left or in the bottom buttock. And resting the leg down and do the same thing of pounding on the buttock and the upper thigh just to help relax the muscles and release some soreness. Let's get up and change back to the other side, where we're going to either lie flat again, just like we did before, or lean on the elbow with the elbow straight under the shoulder, your choice. Knees are bent. And now lift your top leg and circle your leg as if you're drawing circles on the wall, 10 each direction. Abdomen is strong and the pelvis is trying at least to stay really still. So really do your best. And if you have a hard time with that, just make smaller circles. So 10 times backwards and 10 times forward. Make sure that those toes are pointing straight forward and not upward. So really be quite precise with this movement. Bottom leg is bent to provide a little stability. And the breath, of course, is staying calm, in and out through the nose. Now, if you are lying flat, go ahead and now start tucking yourself up onto the elbow, onto the forearm. Really be precise with where you place that elbow. Hand can be flat. Top hand on the pelvis. Now lift yourself up into a side plank, a modified side plank. This is one option. Or you can challenge yourself by lifting your top leg and lifting the arm into a bit of a star configuration. Belly is strong, legs are strong, and really push yourself up into a crescent shape. And then lower down, and let's do the same thing on the other side. Of course, at any time if you want to stay in a position longer, just simply pause the video. Position yourself well. Let's start out right there with the straight leg if you chose that. And then start circling your leg. 10 times forward and 10 times backward. Doesn't matter which way you start. Holding the pelvis still, resting the neck. You can always monitor with your hand on top of your pelvis whether the pelvis is staying still. Or you can place your hand in front of you if you would like a little extra stability. Belly is strong. Foot is flexed. And again, if it's really hard to stabilize the pelvis, start with small circles. Changing direction. Make sure you're also going backwards, not only forward, not only the front half of the movement, really also go behind the body with the leg. Belly strong to protect that lower back. Almost there. Now we're going to get in the modified plank like we did on the other side. So prop yourself up on the elbow, on the fist or hand flat on the floor. Push your pelvis up into that crescent shape and then straighten your top leg if you choose to. And you can also straighten that top arm into a star configuration and really push that bottom knee into the ground so you can push your waist upward into that crescent shape. Breathing calmly. You can stay there as long as you want. Just pause the video if this is too short for you. All right, come onto your lower back for bridge position. Place your hands on your pelvis. Knees are bent, feet are about the width of your pelvis. Make sure your pelvis is staying level as you lift up into the bridge position. And we can go lifting up and down with the hands on the pelvis or right next to us for stability. Push your heels into the ground and squeeze your glutes to get your pelvis up, and then relax as you go down. Breathing in through the nose when you lift, breathing out through the nose when you lower. Lightly press the shoulder blades into the ground and the back of the head, maintaining that nice curve in the neck. Lifting up and then lowering down. Now, maintaining the position of staying in a bridge position, we're going to practice some marching. What that means is that while the hips are staying up, we're going to lift one foot at a time, trying to keep that pelvis level. You might monitor that again with your hands on your pelvis. We do 5 times on each side, then we take a little break, and then we do 5 more. Make sure that you don't have any back pain at any time here. If you get back pain, take a little break, do a little bit of a pelvic tilt, and then lift up again. Or simply keep your hips down on the ground and then do the marching. Notice that you're still calmly breathing, the face is relaxed, the neck is relaxed. Almost there. And then relaxing down, and it's time to relax. You did a great job. Placing the feet a little further apart, just gently windshield wiper the legs side to side, 5 times back and forth. Shoulders are staying flat on the ground, face is relaxed, arms are relaxed. Easy, calm breathing. You did a beautiful job. You just really gave your hips a great workout. Having strong muscles around the hips is so helpful. It's good for our posture. It's good to support our core. It's good to support our hip joints. It helps our balance. It helps our pelvic floor. And draw your knees in towards your chest. Maybe gently rock side to side to give a little back massage to loosen up the lower back, loosen up the glutes. Just enjoy this little bit of stretching. Then lower one foot down and place the ankle of the other leg on top of the thigh, and then bring them up if needed to create a nice deep stretch in the leg that is on top, like in my case in the left hip, deep inside the hip. Beautiful stretch. Just hold it for a little longer, then uncross and change sides. If you love these stretches, check out some of my other videos where that's all we do, gentle stretching of the hips and the torso. And then get ready to uncross. Just take a breath or two right there, lying on your back. And then rolling to your side when you're ready to get up to a seated position, taking your time. Maybe sit in a cross-legged position. And I just want to say namaste. Thank you for exercising with me.